The decision has been made. Kid Franklin will face incarceration.
What?
Prison time. I will consult briefly on the exact duration and terms.
What? Everyone's shocked. No way. So Kid Franklin will go to prison? So we're officially in court. A lot of people showed up. Holy moly. We got Kid Mr. Beast. Kevin McAllister showed up. Kid Trevor. Kid Amanda.
Order in this court.
Oh.
Everybody, please sit, yeah? We are here in Los Santos Superior Court, and I am Judge Kraus. Some of you know me already. I remember this family. I remember the prior custody matter. I ruled in favor of Franklin Sr. and Francine, yeah? Because it was in the best interest of the child. So, let us keep this professional today. We have two matters on the docket involving the same night and the same property. First, we handle the civil dispute. Franklin Sr. versus Vinewood Prestige Realty, or whatever name you are using today. I see you change the logo more often than the weather. Second, we will later address the juvenile matter involving missing property and allegations of burglary. But not now. We do not mix the soup, one pot at a time. In this first matter, Mr. Franklin Sr. claims, in summary, that he purchased a family mansion in Vinewood for $150,000 from the defendant real estate company. He also purchased a beach mansion for $140,000 from the same company. He alleges the beach mansion contained functional security measures, CCTV, alarm system, while the Vinewood family mansion did not. He states he reasonably believed the security features existed because of the pattern of the other property and the representations of safe, family-ready, move-in ready. He alleges that lack of alarm and cameras contributed to an intrusion and theft when his minor son was left at the mansion overnight. He claims he relied on the idea of Vinewood being safe and the idea of the home being secure when he decided not to return that night. He also alleges the defendant failed to disclose key safety omissions, failed to provide standard security for a family mansion, and sold the property in a condition inconsistent with the expectation created by the prior sale. He seeks damages, stolen property, consequential loss, and costs tied to the incident. Defendant denies liability, argues intervening criminal conduct, argues buyer responsibility, argues no guarantee of prevention, and challenges amount of damages, especially the alleged crypto wallet. We proceed now with opening statements. Counsel for Mr. Franklin Sr., you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, this is a straightforward case of misrepresentation, failure to disclose, and negligent sale of a property marketed as safe and suitable for immediate family occupancy. Mr. Franklin Sr. purchased two properties from the same company within days. One property, the beach mansion, was delivered with baseline security, functional CCTV, and an alarm system. The second, marketed as a family mansion in Vinewood, a premium neighborhood, was delivered without those baseline protections. Not disabled, not awaiting activation, but absent. The defendant wants this court to pretend that omission is irrelevant. They want to reframe the sale as if it were a bargain shed in the desert, but it was not. It was a family mansion in Vinewood, sold as secure, move-in ready, and safe. Those words have meaning, Your Honor, especially when the seller is a professional entity holding itself out as an expert in residential safety, neighborhood standards, and buyer expectations. The foreseeability here is not complicated. If you sell a family property without basic security measures, no cameras, no alarm, while representing it as a safe, ready-to-live-in home, it increases risk. And when the risk materializes, you cannot shrug and say, crime happens. We are not claiming the defendant committed the theft. We are claiming they materially contributed to the conditions that allowed the theft to occur unchecked. No deterrence, no alert, no recorded evidence from the property itself. That matters. It matters because Mr. Franklin Sr.'s decision-making was directly influenced by his reasonable belief that the property was secured at a baseline level consistent with the company's other product and the marketing language used. The defense will argue, buyer should install it himself. Your Honor, that argument collapses under the timeline. This was 2 to 3 days after purchase. Mr. Franklin Sr. had not even had a reasonable opportunity to retrofit the home, because he believed the home already had standard protections, especially given that his cheaper beach mansion did. The price difference underscores the absurdity. The cheaper home came safer. And the damages are not speculative. We will show that certain items were stolen from inside the home, including gifts and a portable crypto wallet. Whether the exact figure is large or small, the existence of loss is real. The defendant's lack of baseline security and failure to disclose that lack is the breach. We will also show that the neighborhood Vinewood is safe is not a substitute for locks, alarms, and cameras, especially when a home is marketed as a family-ready residence. Safety is not just a zip code, it is a system. At the end of this matter, we will ask the court to hold Vinewood Prestige Realty responsible for the damages proximately caused by its misrepresentation and omission, and to require immediate remediation so this family is not placed at risk again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lombarda.
Mr. Lombarda.
Counsel for the real estate company, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. The plaintiff is attempting to convert a criminal act committed by third parties into a civil lottery ticket. That is not how responsibility works. First, the defendant did not commit any theft. The defendant did not instruct anyone to commit a theft. And the defendant cannot guarantee that no crime will ever occur in any property in Los Santos, even in Vinewood. The plaintiff's argument is essentially, something bad happened, therefore the seller must pay. That is not law, that is emotion. Second, alarms and CCTV are optional amenities in many properties. Some buyers prefer privacy. Some buyers install their own systems to match their needs. Some buyers integrate them with third-party providers. The absence of a specific system does not automatically constitute negligence or misrepresentation unless there was a specific contractual promise, one that the plaintiff has not produced in writing. Third, proximate cause. Even if the property had cameras, even if it had an alarm, it would not guarantee prevention. Criminals can wear masks, cameras can be avoided, alarms can be bypassed. The intervening criminal conduct is the direct cause. Fourth, the plaintiff's decision to leave a minor alone overnight is not the defendant's choice. That was a parenting decision. The plaintiff can't shift that responsibility onto a seller. The plaintiff admits they were tired, tipsy, without transportation, and chose to remain away. Those facts are sympathetic, but they are not the defendant's liability. Fifth, damages. This alleged crypto wallet amount fluctuates like crypto itself. Today it is $300,000. Tomorrow it becomes $800,000. This is not a reliable foundation for damages. It is speculative. The plaintiff cannot simply announce a number and demand the defendant pay within 24 hours. Your Honor, the correct ruling here is simple. Deny the civil claim. Direct the parties to pursue criminal restitution against the actual wrongdoers. And, if the plaintiff wants cameras and an alarm, he may install them at his own expense like every other homeowner in Los Santos.
Thank you very much. I have heard enough posturing for one morning. Now we hear the facts. Counsel for plaintiff, you said the marketing created an expectation. Counsel for defense, you said no written promise. we will not argue in circles. I want testimony. Mr. Franklin Sr., stand. Speak clearly. And no speeches to the jury like you are in a movie. This is court.
Yes, Your Honor. Look, first off, I ain't gonna lie. This whole situation crazy as hell. Like I feel like I'm in one of them reality shows where the producer just keeps pressing the drama button. But I'ma keep it real. I bought 2 properties from them. Same company, same smile, same welcome to your new beginning talk. One was the beach mansion, $140,000, cheaper, right? That one had cameras. That one had an alarm system. That one had all the little safety stuff where you can actually sleep and not feel like you gotta hold a baseball bat in your dreams. Then I bought the Vinewood family mansion for $150,000. More expensive, bigger, supposed to be in one of the safest areas. So naturally, I'm thinking it's at least the same level of security, if not better. Cause who sells a family mansion with no cameras? Like what is that? Family mansion or family trap? Vinewood or Vine Hood? Cause that's how it felt after what happened. And yeah, Your Honor, we had just survived a serious car crash. We were still recovering. We didn't even have our car. Our RAV4 hybrid was done. Like done. We sore, we tired, we stressed. Me and my wife, we went to eat. Tried to breathe for once. Had a little drink, nothing crazy. Just enough where you like, I shouldn't drive. So we stayed at the beach mansion. I called my son. I told him, you good, lock up, Vinewood safe. And in my mind, because of that other house, because of what I believed I purchased, this mansion had security too. Cameras, alarm, something, anything. I'm not thinking somebody can walk in like it's a grocery store. Then I find out my son got robbed. Gifts gone, laptop gone, phone gone. And yeah, my crypto wallet gone too. And before y'all start the crypto fake money jokes, it was real enough for somebody to steal it. Real enough for me to lose sleep. Now I'm also mad at my son for not telling me immediately, but I'm not blaming him for being scared. He 11, he panicked. I'm blaming the grown folks who sold me a family mansion with zero deterrence. Like, y'all sold me a safe neighborhood and forgot the safe. That's wild. And I am pissed at the company because they inconsistent. Cheaper house got better security. More expensive family house got nothing. How that makes sense? That's like ordering a large fries and they give you 3 fries and a napkin. Like, thank you, sir, family portion. Nah. And here's another thing, Your Honor. Imagine if this wasn't some kids doing dumb kid stuff. Imagine if it was real grown criminals. My son alone in there. Anything could have happened. So yeah, I sued them. Because this ain't just property, this is safety. They gotta be held accountable. And about the wallet value, I said one number when I was stressed, but I'm telling you right now, it was more. It was over $800,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And if they gonna argue numbers, let's argue the real number. That wallet wasn't pocket change. I'm not here begging. I'm here demanding accountability. I paid, I trusted, I relied, and they failed that standard.
Your Honor, if I may, this is precisely what I warned about. Emotional storytelling and inflated figures. One moment it is $300,000. Now it becomes $800,000. There is no paper trail presented to substantiate the exact amount. And again, we must emphasize, security features are not universally installed. The plaintiff admits he did not personally confirm the presence of CCTV or an alarm before leaving a minor alone. That is an intervening decision. It cannot be laid at the feet of the seller. Furthermore, Vinewood Prestige Realty cannot insure against criminal activity. This is a matter for juvenile court and restitution from the actual offenders, not a forced payout from a company that did not steal anything. If the plaintiff desires enhanced security, the proper remedy is private installation, not civil punishment.
I have listened carefully, and now I will speak plainly, yeah? First, I do not accept the defense's attempt to hide behind "crime happens" like it is some magic spell. When a professional seller markets a property as move-in ready, family ready, and sells two comparable properties back to back, van with basic security and van without, they create expectations. And expectations matter in law, even if the Ford CCTV is not printed in giant letters like a supermarket sign. Second, Vinewood being safe does not remove the duty to disclose material omissions that affect safety and buyer reliance. The plaintiff's reliance was not irrational. 9. He bought a cheaper beach mansion from the same company, with alarm and cameras. So it is reasonable to infer similar baseline protection in the second property, especially a family mansion in a premium area. You cannot sell family peace and deliver family surprise.
True.
Third, proximate cause. Yeah, the theft was committed by third parties, I understand. But the absence of basic deterrence and the failure to disclose that absence contributed to the conditions that allowed the intrusion to occur. No immediate alert, no recorded evidence from the property itself, and no warning to the minor inside. This court takes that very seriously. Therefore, on the civil matter, I find for the plaintiff, Franklin Sr. The defendant real estate company is liable for damages caused by its negligent sale and failure to disclose material security omissions. If you sell a home like it is ready for a family, then you must deliver it ready for a family. This is not complicated. On damages, the court acknowledges certain items were recovered: the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the laptop, and other property. However, the crypto wallet was not recovered and is described as lost during the flight from the scene.
Wow.
The plaintiff alleges the value in that wallet was approximately $800,000. Defense counsel objects to the amount as speculative. I understand the objection, but I also understand a key point. The defendant's omissions created the risk event in the first place, and the resulting loss, whether $300,000 or $800,000, flows from that risk. The defendant may pursue subrogation or civil recovery against the offenders later, yeah. But today, the victim is not left holding the empty bag and the broken trust. The court orders the defendant real estate company to pay $800,000 to Franklin Sr. within 24 to 48 hours.
Yes.
In addition, the defendant shall cover reasonable costs for installation of a modern CCTV system and alarm system for the Vinewood family mansion, immediately, so that no further risk is created by the same omission. Attorney's fees will be addressed in a separate filing. And let me be clear, this ruling is not a prize. It is a correction. You sell family safe, you deliver family safe. If you cannot, you disclose. If you fail, you pay. That is the law, and that is the end of it. Now, we will take a brief recess. When we return, we address the juvenile matter involving Kid Franklin, Lamar, CJ, Norbit, and relevant guardians. Court is in recess.
Wow. So Franklin's dad will get paid $800,000. Wow, that's amazing, man.
Order in this court. Everyone sit, yeah? We now move to the second matter, the juvenile case. I have Kid Franklin, Lamar, CJ, and Norbit present. Counsel is present on both sides. And yes, I remember this courtroom and this family. We have been here before. I will be clear, this is serious. We have alleged burglary, alleged retaliation, and a violent incident involving a bat. A bat is for baseball, not for justice. Now, Mr. Wong, I see you seated there. You do not need to walk to the witness box unless I ask. If I invite you to speak, you may stand where you are and address the court respectfully, understood? Counsel for Kid Franklin, you will speak. Counsel for Lamar, CJ, and Norbit, you will speak. Then I will hear from the minors briefly, one at a time, then from Franklin Sr. We do not shout, we do not perform, we tell the truth. Also, I note, the alleged victim of the bat incident is present but cannot testify verbally. Court will rely on medical report and police report. Mr. Tyrone, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm appointed counsel. These kids do not have parents with money to hire private attorneys. Norbit lives in an orphanage under Mr. Wong's guardianship. Lamar and CJ come from households that cannot afford counsel. So I'm here to make sure this stays in the lane of juvenile justice, rehabilitation, accountability, and safety, not vengeance. The facts show poor decisions, yes, but also show no intent to harm Kid Franklin physically. No weapons used by Lamar, CJ, or Norbit, and no assault planned against Franklin. Their actions were motivated by childish retaliation, wrong, impulsive, emotional, over missing phones taken by Aunt Denise and not returned for over a month. That's a long time in a kid's world. We're not excusing burglary. We're explaining context. These are minors, young, who felt powerless, and they made a dumb, reckless choice to get back at a family they believed had wronged them. And then the situation spiraled. A look-alike kid dressed similarly in the dark, a frightened Kid Franklin, and a serious mistake with a bat. Your Honor, we ask the court to focus on restitution, counseling, structured supervision, and a protective no-contact order if needed. Not incarceration. They're kids. They need boundaries and services.
Thank you, sir. Kid Franklin's lawyer, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Kid Franklin is 11. He was the victim of a burglary, the victim of intimidation, and, most importantly, he was a child left terrified in a large, unfamiliar property after multiple traumatic events in his life, including a serious car crash. The bat incident is the reason we're here, and we are not minimizing it. But the totality matters. This occurred at night, under poor visibility, after Kid Franklin discovered his father's property had been taken, items he believed were essential, including a crypto wallet. He believed he recognized Lamar based on clothing, build, hairstyle, and context. He panicked. He acted in fear. The presence of a look-alike child dressed similarly, whether intended as a prank, a decoy, or foolish participation, created conditions that made a tragic mistake more likely. This looks like a setup in the sense that the environment was engineered for confusion. We ask the court to treat Kid Franklin's action as an impulsive act under stress, not as malicious assault. He stopped once he realized the mistake. He did not continue violence. He did not flee to hide from justice. He is a child who needs counseling, structure, and supervision, not prison. And Your Honor will also note, the adult failures around these children, phones withheld, conflict escalated, poor supervision decisions, played a major role. Kid Franklin should not carry adult consequences for adult chaos.
Thank you, sir. Kid Franklin, the floor is yours. You may proceed.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I was mad. I was hot. I'm 11, but I'm not stupid. I knew somebody took my stuff. My gifts, my phone, my laptop, all that. And my dad's stuff too. I felt violated, like this my family new beginning, and somebody really came in there like it's they house? It was dark. I seen somebody, and bro looked like Lamar. Same outfit vibe, same build, same hair. At night, you can't see faces like that. And I'm thinking, oh, so you bold now. You came back? My heart was beating. I wasn't trying to be no hero, but I wasn't trying to be no victim either. I grabbed the bat because I thought I had to protect myself. I swung because I thought it was Lamar. I did not know it was that other kid. I didn't, I swear. And the second Norbit yelled like, "Franklin, stop!" I froze. It was already too late. I already hit him, and I felt sick. I ain't trying to send nobody to the hospital. I ain't trying to hurt nobody for fun. I was scared, I was angry, I was confused, and I feel like they set me up. Cause why he dressed like Lamar in the middle of the night? That ain't normal. I'm sorry the kid got hurt. But I'm not no bad kid, Your Honor. I just snapped for a second.
Thank you, Kid Franklin. CJ, the floor is yours.
Your Honor, I ain't gonna lie. We messed up. I'm not proud of it. But we wasn't trying to hurt Franklin. And we wasn't trying to set him up to hurt nobody. We wasn't on no let's catch a body type time. We was just mad. And kids do dumb stuff when they feel played. And that look-alike kid situation, that wasn't my idea. I ain't tell nobody to dress like Lamar. I swear on my life. We was already leaving. Then Franklin came outside mad as hell and everything went left fast. I'm not saying Franklin evil. I'm saying everybody was panicking. I'll do counseling. I'll apologize. I'll do community service. Whatever you tell me, I'll do it. Just please don't ruin my life over one stupid decision.
He's lying.
I'm a kid, Your Honor. I'm still learning.
Thank you, CJ. Lamar, you may proceed.
Your Honor, facts. We was wrong. But we wasn't trying to hurt Franklin. We was heated cause them phones been gone forever. Aunt Denise took them and never gave them back. And that stuff made us feel like we ain't got no voice. Like we ain't got no respect. We kids, so we reacted like kids. Dumb. But I gotta say this. We ain't come there with no weapon, no plan to fight, no plan to touch Franklin. None of that. When Franklin swung that bat, bro, it happened quick. I ain't even see it coming. We ran cause we got scared too. Everybody's scared. Everybody doing stupid stuff at the same time.
Wow.
I'm willing to do counseling and do what the court say. We don't hate Franklin. We just wanted our phones back. That's it.
Thank you, Lamar. I have heard the statements. I have reviewed the reports. I have considered the context, the age of the minors, the lack of prior violent history, and the fact that we are dealing with children, not hardened criminals. Now I will give the ruling. First, Kid Franklin. What you did with the bat was dangerous. You could have caused permanent injury. You could have killed this child. Even if you believed he was Lamar, you cannot take the law into your own hands. In this court, we do not allow vigilante behavior, even from an 11-year-old. Especially not from an 11-year-old. Therefore, the decision has been made. Kid Franklin will face incarceration.
What?
Prison time. I will consult briefly on the exact duration and terms.
What? Everyone's shocked. No way. So Kid Franklin will go to prison?
Hold on 1 second. I have something I must correct. I said prison time as if this were adult court. This is juvenile court, and we do not treat every crisis like a hammer looking for a nail. I will not pretend that a frightened child acting under extreme stress is the same as a violent adult offender. After further analysis, I amend the ruling. Kid Franklin will not be sent to prison. However, he will be held accountable. Kid Franklin is sentenced to house arrest for 3 days from today until Friday. He will remain at home under supervision. He may leave only for medical necessity and court-approved counseling. He will also attend counseling 3 times per week for a set period, focused on anger regulation, trauma response, and safe conflict handling. Because you, young man, must learn. Fear is real, but violence is not the answer. Now, Lamar, CJ. You committed a foolish act of retaliation. You entered a home and took property. If you were adults, I would not be smiling at any jokes. You would be facing custody and serious time. But you are children, and the goal is to stop this pattern now, before it becomes your identity. You will also receive 3 days of house restrictions until Friday. You will not roam the streets, you will not hang out, you will not handle business. You will be supervised. Teachers may provide assignments at home as needed, and you will attend counseling 3 times per week, the same schedule, because all of you need intervention, not abandonment. Now, Aunt Denise. Yes, I said Aunt Denise. Her actions are a contributing spark in this fire. Taking phones for discipline and not returning them for an excessive period, combined with prior extreme discipline patterns, created resentment and escalation. We have seen this before in custody matters. Impulsive, harsh, destabilizing choices. Therefore, Aunt Denise will be placed under 2 weeks of house arrest.
Oh,
She will not attend work during this period. She will receive temporary government support, $600 per month prorated, to cover basic needs while complying with the order.
This is
And she will
shocking.
receive in-home counseling sessions focused on appropriate discipline, child welfare, and conflict de-escalation. She is not a villain, but she is reckless, and reckless adults create endangered children. As for restitution, most property was recovered. The missing crypto wallet loss is already addressed in the civil ruling against the real estate company. That company will cover the amount. Lamar and CJ will not be financially destroyed as minors, but they will do structured community service and apology mediation if the parties agree. Finally, all parties will sign a temporary no-contact order regarding retaliation. No stalking, no threatening, no, you better watch out. If any of you violate, then I will revisit detention options. You all have Friday as the release point for house restrictions. So long as counseling intake is scheduled, school compliance is arranged, and supervision is confirmed. If Franklin Sr. plans a family trip after Friday, he may request permission through proper channels. Not through surprises, through paperwork. Court is adjourned, and for the love of order, let 2026 be the year you children learn peace before the streets teach you pain.
Wow, that is amazing. So it seems like Aunt Denise will get 2 weeks house arrest, and Franklin 3 days, and also CJ and Lamar 3 days. Oh my God, what do you guys think? Was that decision by the judge fair or not? Be sure to comment down below.